Yeah, that's on the coaches. You know, we had a timeout before that, so we could have. I mean, I know we called for a block and just didn't communicate it right, but that's on the coaching staff. We got to make sure we have that. I knew there were 12 guys on the field. We couldn't call timeout again. Didn't have any timeouts, so you know that's on us, and that's something we have to fix.
The fourth down play for Dorian, is that a tough throw for him to have to make there on that fourth down?
I don't think it was a tough throw. You know, I think he made the right check. You know, we were looking for one look, and real smart player. They had too many guys in the box, and they were off the receiver, so he made the right check in that situation. We just got to execute.
You're obviously trying to be aggressive on that, going forward on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, you know, I thought we had a good shot at it. We knew if there was extra guys in the box that we would have one-on-one with off on our receiver and get a chance. I knew we needed a spark. We had gotten the ball. We moved it out from kind of underneath our own goal line and had a little bit of momentum going. Thought we could try to sustain that. So, but you know, when you make them, they're good calls. When we don't make them, it's bad calls. So it was a bad call by me.
Can you talk about Wilton, the decision to make him the starter, and then his injury and his prognosis going forward?
You know, Wilton obviously had the most experience out of any of our guys. You know, it's a really, really young team to begin with. And Wilton has a calming influence around everybody. You know, he's played and started in 16 games when he was at Michigan. So, and did a really nice job, you know, since we started with him in August. So just felt his experience. I think our staff felt with his experience that, you know, that was the best situation for us. We had planned on playing Dorian at some point in time during today's game anyways. Unfortunately, you know, Wilton got hurt and was out for the rest of the game. So, and I don't have any updates on him. I just know he was out for the rest of the game, so I don't know anything else from that standpoint. But the decision to go with him just really was an experience thing.
What is his injury?
I don't know. They just said it was a back, but I don't know what it was. So I can't elaborate, Ben.
Talk about your level of disappointment in the afternoon in general.
Yeah, just too many mistakes, Bill, to be honest with you. You know, I think we knew going in we were young, had a freshman center, end up with a freshman quarterback, a freshman running back, freshman receivers. But we knew going into the game we were going to be young. So it's about giving them an opportunity to play. And now they've got a game underneath their belts, and we can go back and teach and show them kind of what we did well, and we'll continue to build from there, and then what we need to correct. You know, and that'll be an ongoing process, you know, for this group, because there was a lot of firsts for everybody. You know, it was their first game, you know, for a lot of these guys. You know, we have 7 after losing Joshua Woods, who was a really good veteran leader for us in preseason camp. You know, we're down to 7 seniors, so it's a younger team, not a lot of experience. And that's not an excuse. It's just a reality. So they're going to get their experience, and it's going to be a baptism of the fire for them.
Coach, what did Chris Murray do to earn that starting opportunity at center?
Just, you know, again, we're down a couple guys there, so it was really just between him and Zach, and we felt like Chris gave us the best shot to win, and I thought he competed really well today. You know, you talk about a kid right out of high school, you know, when he just started in August. You know, there was a lot of guys that just got here in August that played today, but for a true freshman center, we didn't have any errant snaps. You know, I thought he did a decent job, you know, putting us in the right situations with the right calls. But we were pleased with Chris today.
Coach, what did you see from DTR in training camp to put him in at backup in front of Devon Monster?
Yeah, I think, you know, Dorian really has a really good skill set. You know, he throws the ball extremely well. He's versatile with his feet. You know, he's a unique kid. He doesn't have a lot of experience because he didn't start until he was a senior in high school, but he's got all the talent of a very good quarterback. It's just a matter of getting him more reps, and you saw him today. As he started to get a little bit more comfortable, I thought he really made some plays out there. You know, we'll just continue to grow with him.
What do you think of the defense, especially in the second half? It seemed like they shut off the zone reads a little bit better.
Yeah, I thought they did a better job, you know, with some of the adjustments. I think some of the things when we go back and look at the film, I think some of the tackling and just the fundamental part of tackling, there were times when we could have negated some of the bigger gains, but when we had people there, but we didn't do a good enough job fundamentally tackling and wrapping up and going through that. You know, so we'll continue to emphasize that. That's been a big emphasis for us, but it's something we have to continue to emphasize. So, you know, I thought they played with good effort, you know, and that's the one thing that they can control. And then as coaches, then we have to do a better job from teaching them the tackling aspect of things. So,
how big of a spark was that Kasmir Allen touchdown run, and how much does that kind of bode well for using him, you know, more in the future type stuff?
Yeah, same thing. You know, he's another young kid that's got a lot of talent. You know, obviously he's a tremendous speed threat, you know, at the running back spot, and you saw an example of that. You know, he had another run earlier in the first half where he kind of broke it outside, and we had a big run that kind of sparked us. So as he continues to grow and starts to continue to learn in terms of what we're doing, it's our jobs as coaches to put him in position to make plays. But he's certainly someone that you look at the running back spot, you say, all right, now we got somebody there that's got a little bit legitimate speed, that if we can get him a crease or something, that he's got the ability to break something. So.
In terms of game planning, how did you sort of adjust to the uncertainty of who Cincinnati would start at quarterback, and how do you think your team adjusted to the switch in game?
Well, we knew who they had on their roster, and understood that. I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty for every team when you go into your first game, just because unlike the NFL, there aren't preseason games. You don't get to scout them, so there would be a little bit difference there at the quarterback spot. Obviously, the second guy who went in was a little bit more of a runner. They ran a little bit more option with him, but I thought we did a decent job, again, of understanding what he could do, with some of the zone read stuffs and the speed option stuffs. It's really, I think, just if I look at what we had to do defensive, I think we need to tackle better.
How do you feel about going through the growing pains on this team with the schedule? You're looking at going to Oklahoma next week and some tough games ahead. How'd
they do today?
Pretty good.
They were pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
I think it was 42-0 at the half and 63 something. So, and Kiff was asking for prayers. So I don't know. I can call Lane and see if maybe he can share some. So, it is what it is. That's how you play. That's how you grow. You got to get excited. If you're a young kid, you dream of playing against. You go up and you think of Oklahoma and all the great players that have played there, and you get a chance to go play in that place. And that's not something that you say, oh my God, I can't believe I have to play. You get excited about playing them. You go to a place where Billy Sims and guys like that played and ripped it up and down the field, and Coach Switzer and all those guys, and you get excited about that. So if you can't get excited about going to Oklahoma and playing Oklahoma, then you're in the wrong spot. That's why you came here. I think it's one of 3 schools that have never played an FCS team, never played a 1AA team. We knew coming in you're going to play a very difficult schedule, and it is what it is. And most schedules are laid out 10 years in advance, so we don't have anything to do with it. We just tell us who we play, where we're playing them, and we're going to go out and try to give a great effort and compete at it. So,
Last thing, are you upset, or you seem almost resigned that with the kids, this something like this could have happened?
I don't think. Maybe it's just when we talk, Billy. It's always I think maybe the adjective is different sometimes. But I mean, obviously, when you lose, you're disappointed. But what are you disappointed in? And I think I'm disappointed in the mistakes that we made. I'm disappointed we made mistakes as coaches in terms of putting guys in positions to make plays and some of those things. So I think a lot of that rests on our shoulder. I think we have an operation. We don't blame people. I think you spend time blaming people for this or for that. You're just wasting energy. What do we do right? Let's build on that. What do we do wrong? And then how do we correct it? And that's kind of always been our mindset. I've been around people, and you go in a locker room and you kick over tables and yell and rant and scream and all those other things. And heck, we should have used that energy during the game. We wait till after the game to do all that stuff. So, the one thing we can control our attitudes, and we can control our effort. And I thought they played with great effort. I thought they had great attitudes going in, and they'll continue to have great attitudes. And I saw that in the locker room from those guys afterwards. Are we disappointed? Yeah, I think anytime you put the amount of time that we do into something, that hurts. And it sticks in the back of your mind a little bit. But I think if you go lizard brain on it and just harp on that stuff, that's not going to get you better. What we have to do is to make sure that we have a positive mindset. We show back up tomorrow and we watch film and we grade it, and how do we fix all those things. And then when we come back Monday morning, we got to go to work, because I can guarantee you Lincoln Riley in Oklahoma doesn't feel bad for us. So they could care less. They're waiting to see who the next guy's going to come into their place, and we better be ready to play, because it's going to be a heck of a battle next week. So the competitor part of you is disappointed, but you got to correct it and fix it, because no one feels sorry for you. Half the teams that played today won, half the teams that played today lost. What do you do about it? So what? Now what? What are we going to do next? That's what our operation is, and we're a forward-thinking operation, and we'll continue to do that. And I think that's how you grow. So sometimes you got to get out of your comfort zone and get that, and we got stretched out of our comfort zone a little bit today, and they'll go. There's a first for everybody, again, first time at everything, and hopefully we can build upon that. Instead of looking at it as a negative, we'll try to turn this thing into a positive. So.